Alright, hello everyone. Today I'm gonna try to do some cuts on our big boy. This is the 130 watt Omtech laser engraver. As you guys know, I have the 130 right now. I had the 50 here, and I do have the fiber optic over here somewhere, the 50 watt. But we're gonna do cutting over here right now, 130 watts. So here's some materials that I just got so we can do the testing. So I did put the numbers on the materials to what material, how thick it is. So this is like a plexiglass basically. So for the people that use millimeters, this is 955, 9 millimeter and 55, or per inches is 376,000 of an inch. 13 millimeter equals to 513,000 of an inch. 1534 equals 406,000 of an inch. 1562 millimeter equals to 615,000 of an inch. 19.28 millimeter, which is equals to 759,000 of an inch. And you got here 38 millimeter, 0.78, which is equals 1 inch and 527,000 of an inch. Okay, now this is just a test. Okay, now due to each wood cuts different, it depends on the moisture level. Okay, so that's why I'm doing this test. Okay, because you never know, sometimes you can cut this 15 millimeter wood very easily, but sometimes because it's so much moisture, it will not cut easier. Or for example, if they're, let's say, plywood, and if there is too much glue between, you'll be burning the glue but not cutting through. So it depends what's inside that wood. You do not know until you get in there and try and do testing after testing. But this is just an example, something simple, just showing what I can cut. Okay, I believe we're not gonna be able to cut this guy. I'm sure we're not gonna be able to cut this guy. Not with this guy here, at least not with the 130. Maybe with the 150. I'm not sure, but we're gonna give it a try. You never know. But at the same time, I'm gonna try to do a circle. I'm not gonna cut somewhere here. I'm gonna do a circle outside, so you can see how deep we went into each material if we are not able to cut it. Okay, so bear with me and let's see what can we do. So we're gonna go to LightBurn and we're just gonna make a circle. Okay, we're gonna make a circle very small. Okay, so 10 millimeter circle we're gonna turn it to red. It's cutting. We can make it a little bit smaller than 10 millimeter, but 10 millimeter is not bad. Okay, and then we're gonna move that circle around. We're gonna start with 10 speed and 100. All our tests will be based on 100% power. Now, I do not recommend anybody run at 100% power. Okay, always you calculate your stuff, trying to update your lenses, do anything you want, upgrade your meters. Okay, air assist a little bit better to run more efficient and less power. Okay, because 100% power, you can cut 100% power, but now you're reducing the life of your laser. Okay. Just for example, if you're running at 50%, of course you're gonna have 50% more life of the laser tube instead of running at 100%. Okay, that's just normal. Okay, so we're gonna do here. Go ahead. So we're gonna drag this. We're not gonna try to focus all the way. We're gonna focus somehow in the middle. So let me click on this guy here, and then drag it in the middle. The idea of, I just want to engrave half of this, so if it didn't cut all the way through, not engrave, sorry. We're gonna go half of the circle, so if it didn't cut all the way through, we'll see how deep you went in. Okay, we'll do each material, and then I'll just click play, and we'll continue. Now, one little thing, I have not changed anything in my laser. Everything is OEM 2-inch lens. Nothing changed, nothing, only I have air assist an air outside compressor. That's it. That's all I have. Everything is stock, basically. I was gonna update my meters at one point, but right now I'm not looking through that. Just everything stock. Every material I'm gonna do, I am actually gonna go ahead and focus the material. That way, again, everything is focused to a stock. I did a RAM test long time ago, and it was okay, almost the same as the material. So here, I am focusing, okay, the material. So we're gonna click frame. You see where is the actual cut is gonna be. So I'm off a little bit. I gotta go in, out a little more. Frame again. Maybe I can go down a little more. I need to cut all the way. Too much down. Okay, now we can click play, and you guys can see the cut. So 100% 10 speed on this guy. We did not cut through. Okay, so what we can do, because it's plastic too, I do have air assist, it's plastic, I'm burning it. I'm thinking we can lower the power and maybe lower the speed, but this is something we can play later on. But for now, I just want to see what it takes to cut. So I'm gonna move it over a little bit. Decrease the speed from 10 to 5. And we're going to try go ahead and cut. There is a lot of smoke, I apologize. But you can see I still did not cut it. 100% 5 speeds. Still not cut through all the way. I think it's just 100% material. It's not cutting it through. And this is very, very heavy plexiglass. Okay, it looks like almost a bulletproof plexiglass. It's not a regular plexiglass, okay? So that's why you see it's not cutting through. Try to reduce the power. I think I'm burning it very bad. I'll do 80 power. Keep it at 5%. And now let's see what's going to happen. You can see still at one point I cut it here. Let me get a pencil or something to touch too. You can see we cut it here all the way through, it looked like, but it did not cut over here. Okay, maybe we can reduce the power, reduce the speed on the next screen, and we'll see. And move it over, pause this, and we'll move on. That is 2 millimeters per second. This is the slowest thing that the machine is going through. It looks like it is cutting it. And I'm not at 100% speed right now. I did lower my speed, power. You can see it burned it very bad. I'm at only 80% power. Okay, but this is the speed that we need to kill it. So I actually lift this guy up. We did burn it, we did cut it through. Just because it's hot, so with this material, I'm not gonna be able to push it. It did cut all the way through. Not sure if you can see it now, but it charred it. So it's possible to cut this material. Okay, it's just now we have to get the right power speed, the power, because too much power you'll end up melting the material. I cannot get it out. Too much power, you'll melt the material out, and then you won't be able to actually, it will kind of glue itself back up. Plus, again, this is bulletproof almost, not a plexiglass, I'm sorry. Look like a bulletproof plexiglass. Let me have more glue material inside. If I reduce the power to 70, it will put some less. And let's move this guy over. Let's see if we can cut it out now. Let's see what can we cut out of right now. 70% is still cutting through. Trying to push it as soon as it's finished up. It cut. See, I pushed it right away as soon as it finished up, and because it didn't glue itself back in. So we did cut the material at 70% power using the 130 watt, and then we used 2 millimeters per second. Oh, and you can see we charred it very, very bad. Okay. Last one, you're gonna lower the power to 60. Same speed, power at 60. It is cutting through with LightBurn. LightBurn, and it still cut through. So you can see all it takes is to do some adjustment. Okay, you are charging the hell out of it at this point, but just so you can see, we can successfully cut this, but we just have to make sure to play with our adjustment and stuff. Let's move on to the wood. We will not waste a lot of time, and let's move the camera to the wood. We'll go back in here and do the autofocus. My circle a little bigger, and we are going to do 5 power, 100 power, 5 millimeter per second speed, and we're going to cut. It did not cut through all the way, but almost. It almost cut it through. Move the laser. It almost cut it through, but maybe I can push it. No, I cannot. And here's not cut. Here's cut. Let's put it back in. And just slow it down a little bit more. Okay. I'm gonna use 2 millimeters per second, and we're gonna try to cut it. The door is open, staying. Okay. The cut again, kind of move the wood, and this cut through. this will cut the wood through. If I lift it, should be able to push it through. Almost. Let's flip it to the other side. Let's see what we're looking at. It did not punch all the way through. Again, it's due to the actual glue. So this kind of type of wood is the wood that you have too much glue all over it, but it's almost all the way through. It's all the way through material, but just the end is not all the way through. I could slow it down a little bit more, but now you're looking at 1 millimeter per second. I don't know. That's very, very low. Probably not gonna get it. We'll see. Look at my speed. The maximum speed is not 100. Let me try again. The maximum speed was not 100, so that's why. So 1 millimeter per second. That is very, very slow, and it's charging the hell out of the wood. It's not even moving almost. That's not acceptable. Apologize. The actual setting was wrong. It wasn't 1 millimeter. It was 0.1. But still, even 1 millimeter per second, it is too much. It is burning. At this point, I'm just burning the wood. You can see it's gonna cut through, but it's just burning the wood. There's no reason even. There's not even a reason to do this at this point. Gonna stop and move on. We will do 2 millimeter per second, not wrong one. Try 2 millimeter per second, and this end over here. Same one, 2 millimeter per second. But at this time, both of them are 100%. The minimum and the maximum are 100%. For some reason, my minimum was set to 60. And the last one, at least I did. But we'll see. It's very important to set your minimum 100% too, because your laser will not work right. So I'm a lot of smoke, but it's not cut all the way through. I can bend it, but it's not cut all the way through. So look in the back. This is the front. We twist it around, and the back, nothing. It was just that charting. We were standing there. So that's 2 materials so far. This guy, because again, kind of expected this. I was surprised if this guy was gonna get cut. But you always can cut this, by the way. All you gotta do, flip the wood over and cut the material. I do have a video actually showing if you miscut something, how you're gonna go back and recut it. All you gotta do, flip it over and recut your cut again using that miscut video. Let's move on to this guy here. This guy's gonna be a little bit tricky because it's not flat. Okay, so this was a 13 millimeter, but this kind of wood, the wood is the glue to each other. So again, I believe we cannot cut it because there's a lot of glue between the layers, and we're trying to burn the glue. Okay, we can cut this guy, okay, at 2 millimeter per second, but we're charged on it, so we just have to find the right setting. Maybe I'll come back later and show you how much setting we can. We're gonna try this guy here. We're gonna have to focus first. I'm gonna lift my camera just a little bit up to get it better for you guys. And let's try to get focus on this guy. I'm gonna move the thing guy here. I'm gonna focus the lowest point over here. Of course, you have the power to fast forward every time you need. This is the good thing about a video. You don't have to watch the whole thing I'm talking. I'm gonna leave trying to get this guy stay down. I'm trying to hold it with the pencil wise cutting. Five millimeter per second we're using on this guy right now. 100% power. And we got it. We did cut it through. You can see there's a little bit left, but I almost cut through. I could have slowed it down. And there's not a lot of charging. There is some actually, but not a lot. But it cut through 15.34 millimeter wood. Let's go move on to actual, what we call 1x4, and what we call, this is less than 1x4. These are like pallet wood, but clean ones. Okay, let's go to that one and then do the focus. Now I'm going to do focus on these. I'm going to remove this guy from here because it's higher than the other one, and I do not want this guy to be lower. I want to focus, start damaging something. Okay, let's focus here. Same speed, 5 millimeter per second. And we're doing the cut. Lower it down. See it? Angle this way. And cut through by itself. See? 5 millimeter per second. This is it cut the material through. 15 millimeter, 0.62, 100% power. Probably we can lower the power. I'm going to try to lower the power on this guy. Move it over right now, and I'm going to use, let's see, 80% power. 80% power of 5 millimeter per second. The line, of course, cleaner, but I think it did not cut through all the way at 80% power. As I can see here, it did not cut through. But it cut through. Wow. So again, 80% we cut through. Not a lot of charge because I'm using air assist too, but you can see. So 15.62 cut through. Move on to the next one. This one is going to be the 19.29 millimeter. Okay, so this is the 2x1, 4x1 that you can buy from Home Depot. I think this was I bought from Menard. Okay, so let's focus to that guy too. Adjust the actual speed after focus. back at 100%, and it's cutting. %, 5 millimeter per second. Did it cut it through? Yep, cut it clean. Okay, because again, there is no glue on this wood as that wood here earlier we tried. Okay, so this wood had glue. We know plexiglass. This guy is like a bulletproof, have a lot of glue in there. So this is 5 millimeter per second. Okay, 100% power. This was 80% power, 100%, all 5 millimeters per second. I want to see if I can do like 10 millimeter per second on this guy. Maybe, you never know. 100% 10 millimeter per second. There you go again. Millimeter per second, 100% power. I think it cut it. Almost, I want to say. It did, almost. If you look, it went through it almost all the way. It's just here because I believe those are already a burn. Let me move it on a little bit. I'm gonna move the same wood. Maybe trying to cut over here. No, it does not cut it. So you can see it cuts all the way. Maybe 10 millimeters too much per second, too fast. 100%, but we can know you can do a 5 here. Maybe you could try a 7 millimeter per second just to get less charring. Per second. Cutting between them right now. No, it did not cut through. So our speed is 5 millimeter per second at 100%. It should cut it through. It's just that somehow here, the end, maybe I can just break them all actually. It broke off. There was just a little bit end left, but the cut and less charred, of course. Yeah, 10 millimeter. You got barely charring the wood, but it breaks up by your hand too. But you do not want to, all the time, you do not want to do a cut that you have to break in your hand. So as we said, I believe this guy is not going to be cuttable. That is just asking for it too much. So let's bring the laser here and bring the bed down. Bring the wood here. And we're gonna focus. %, 5 millimeter per second, and we are not even halfway through. This is just the dust, by the way, so it's like almost over here, I want to say. Yeah, like over here. Very impressed. I'm not gonna even try smaller flower. Yeah. we're like somewhere over here. Almost the same thing as this guy here. So the maximum I can do with this guy, 5 millimeter per second. Okay, we can cut almost 20 millimeter, 19.28. So one by what we call one by 4, clean one. It can cut with the 130 watts. Okay, we do have this guy here that cuts through again. So it kind of cuts through this guy with no problem at 5 millimeter per second. This guy is having to give us a hard time because a lot of glue in there. Okay, and it's not gonna cut through plexiglass. Now smaller plexiglass like 5 millimeter, we can be able to cut through very easily. So I do have 6 millimeter plexiglass. Let's put it out there and see if we can cut too. Now here's the piece of plexiglass I have. Okay, it is about 225 thousandth of an inch, 5.75 millimeter. Okay, this is a white plexiglass. It's not a plexiglass. It's a white. I want to call it plexiglass. They use it for signs, you know, like a board that makes signs. Okay, sign. Sorry. So we're gonna try to focus on this guy. Okay, and then we'll cut through it. I already focused the material in, and now I am using the speed 10 millimeter per second. But guess what? Because I already have cut this material and find out the sweet spot of this material, okay, you can see I'm only using 50% power of the machine, not 100% power. So as this guy here, I was telling you guys, we're using 100% power. This guy I'm using only 50% power. Okay, now yes, it's double, almost. It's heavy. That's 9 millimeter, that's 5 millimeter. But you see, if you get the right power and right setting, always you save a lot of power. I can cut less than 50% power on this guy too. But again, at this point, I'm just showing you guys 10 millimeter per second, 50% power, not 150, and I cut through the material. Okay. I hope you like this video. Thanks again for watching. Have a nice day.